I've got a broken arm. I'm just kidding. This is a fake sling. But one of the big problems with riders when they get injured is that they throw all of their training and nutrition out the window. And so that was one of the problems that I had. When I was racing, I had 3 broken arms. Every time I broke my arm, I would throw all my training out the window. I was kind of like, I'd sit there, feel sorry for myself, and not really do anything for, 6, 8, 12 weeks, or, some of the bigger ones was like 16 weeks or more. And so the thing that would happen is that I do all this hard work and all this training beforehand, and then I just throw that all out the window. So I'd have I'd progress. Okay, I get to a certain point of fitness, a certain point of strength. And then I just sit there and watch that all go out the window. And then when I could get back to riding, then it was like I had to take another, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks to be able to build back up just to where I was before. And so the problem with that is, number one, it can be hard to get motivated to train or to do something when your goal's being taken away from you. Okay, like you can't ride and you can't race. But the most important thing is we're trying to get ourselves ready for when we can go back, so that when we can ride, we can almost pick up from where we left off, rather than trying to rebuild our bike time and rebuild our fitness and really starting from the ground again. And that's just about finding different ways to train. I find for a lot of riders is they don't know how to train around injuries. And so hopefully in this video today, I'm going to give you guys, if you do have an injury, I'm going to give you guys some ideas on how you can keep training and building strength to be able to keep up the momentum with your training, and get you guys back on the bike, hopefully a bit fitter and a bit stronger than before you had your accident. So first thing is, I'm going to hold the camera with me broken arm. The first thing is you want to make sure that you're not, anything that you do with your training is working around the injury, not through the injury. And there's a very big difference. So if I've got a broken arm here, okay, I'm not taking my arm out of the sling when the doctor's told me that it needs to be in the sling or needs to be in a cast, and then trying to go grab the barbell with the broken arm and start lifting a whole heap of weights, because that's just going to make things obviously worse and prolong my recovery. What we want to do is work around the injury. And so what that means is we're not aggravating the injury. We're not putting ourselves at risk of undoing some of the recovery process. What we're doing is we're doing things that can still keep us moving, still keep us building strength without affecting, okay, in this case, my broken arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys some exercises that you can do with a broken arm. So I'll just set you guys over here, and I'll just adjust the angle a little bit so you can see, and hopefully that's set up at the right angle. So just got a list here of I've got a list here of a few things that I'm going to go through, or of different exercises. So to get into it, one of the movements that you can do with the broken arm is a dumbbell squat. So I've got a dumbbell here. Now, obviously, when you've had an injury, the first usually week or two are quite rough, okay? And if you've had an accident on the bike, your whole body's probably feeling banged up. So we always want to make sure that when you're doing these exercises and movements, the recovery of that limb comes first. That is the first thing, okay? So I'm not doing any exercises that are going to put me in jeopardy of ruining my recovery and ruining my progress. So an example for this one is you can do a dumbbell squat, okay? So you can grab your dumbbell, you can hold it up like this with one hand, and then we can load up your squats like this, okay? So as long as everything feels okay with your arm and we're not putting yourself at risk of getting hurt or ruining your recovery, then that's one of the exercises that we can start with. Another exercise that I've got written down, you can use an exercise bike. That's an easy one. I don't have an exercise bike in the garage gym, but if you go to the gym or you've got an exercise bike, get on the exercise bike, okay? You can do plenty of cardio work there without using your arm. Another one that you can do leg raises. So the way that you can do leg raises, you could just sit on the floor. Hopefully you guys can see me on the floor. I guess we'll find out after it's filmed. You can lay on the floor on your back, and then what we're going to do is just head down, and you can go to different heights, okay, depending on how strong your core is, and you can work on your core strength, okay. So that's another exercise that you can use. Another one, we can do single arm dumbbell work. You want to try not to overwork the one arm, okay, but you can do some like overhead pressing with the dumbbell. I can't go up as I'll go through the roof, but you can do some overhead pressing with one arm with some moderate weights. That's another exercise. You can do body weight squats. Okay, body weight squats are really easy to be able to do. It's another exercise that you can tackle. You could do 20 seconds of body weight squats, 10 seconds rest. Do that for 8 rounds. Okay. Another exercise that you can do, lunges. Okay, with a broken arm. Again, we don't want to do anything that's going to put you at jeopardy of getting hurt and making things worse than they already are. So you can do some lunges just with body weight, nice and easy. Okay, that's a simple one that you can move through. The other one you can do sit-ups. So if we go over here, and again, it depends on where you've broken your arm and how sore it is, but you could, put your arm up like this, or you can put it like this, and work on your sit-ups. Okay, that's another exercise that you can do. Wall sits are a great one. So wall sits, hopefully I don't hit my head, but you can just lean up against the wall. Okay, I've got these set out the way. And you can go at different heights. This is a little bit higher. If you want to make it harder, go a little bit lower. Okay, and you can do a wall sit with your back up against the wall. You could do a single leg squat. This one's a bit more challenging, but like we could grab this bench here. Give you guys an example, and you could do a single leg squat. So depending on how good you are, there we go. 1, okay, 2. So they can be quite challenging as well. They will definitely build up your leg strength. You could do a split squat. So split squat similar to a lunge. So the way it works is you go in a lunging position, back knee down, like that, and they will get your quads working 100%. Okay. The other one that I've got is a single leg deadlift. So again, you can use dumbbell. Again, if this is a really hard exercise for you, then don't do the balancing stuff, because if you fall off balance, obviously you're not going to be able to catch yourself. But if you use light weights and you've already got a good base of strength, okay, you can do single leg deadlifts like this. So the whole goal here, okay, is we're just trying to keep you moving and keep you motivated and keep the momentum up that you had before you had your accident. It's all about keeping the momentum going, keeping you in routine of training, and doing everything you can to set yourself up for when you go back to racing. If you'd like some help with this stuff, okay, you need a plan with training, or you have trouble working around different challenges that you have with your riding and training, apply for my Fast to Laps program below. Otherwise, hopefully you enjoyed this video.